So I'll be coming from Matthew, the 26th chapter, the 47th through the 49th verse. Matthew 26, 47 through 49. It's all right. Don't worry, y'all. Bishop on his way back. I just had a lot going on. I forgot something at home. Amen. I'm sure he's probably tuning in looking. No, he's not, because his phone right here. Amen. That's all right. He'll go back and watch. Matthew, the 26th chapter, 47 through 49. And the word says, while he was speaking, Judas, one of the 12, arrived. With him was a large crowd, armed with swords and clubs, sent from the chief priests and the elders of the people. Now the betrayer had arranged a signal with them. The one I kiss, the man, arrest him. Going at once to Jesus, Judas said, "Greetings, Rabbi," and kissed him. So today's message, you can have your seat. Y'all know I got to come out of my shoes. Amen. I get too tired when I put on them heels and I can't see the words. I got 50-year-old eyes and I need to be a little closer so I can see the word. Amen. So this month, we've been talking about educational empowerment. And I wanted to bring a little different twist to educational empowerment. So today's topic is Judas, the educator. We're heading into our Easter season, and so Judas is a pivotal part of the Easter season. So for the next few minutes, let's just talk about Judas. Okay. Judas Iscariot, the betrayer of Christ, the enemy of God. Judas, the backstabber. Judas, the deceiver. Judas, the underhanded, undercover apostle. It was Judas that betrayed Jesus with the kiss of death. It was Judas that was the original sellout. It was Judas, the one that was and still is probably the most hated man in the Bible. But today, Judas is going to be our educator. Because you see, education is the process of receiving knowledge, the giving of instruction to move one towards an enlightening experience. So for the next few minutes, let's see how Judas provides us with knowledge. Let's see how he gives us instruction and then empower us through his actions. So we have Judas, the one that showed us what it is to betray, to backstab, to backbite. He taught us hard lessons. He taught us how people can smile in your face, but behind closed doors, they tear your name apart. He taught us how folks that love you will only return your love when it's convenient and profitable for them. He taught us that when you are no longer needed, when it's no longer convenient, that's when I turn my back on you. Judas taught us this. He taught us this, but Judas also taught us what it means to be real. Because you have to understand that we still have Judas lurking in our lives. My God, Judas are those fake folks, those phony folks, those religious folks, the one that think that they have it all together, the ones that stuck on stupid and full of pettiness. But I stopped by here on this fourth Sunday morning in March to tell those folks, those Judases, that you taught me how to be real. And if you don't like it, let me explain it to you. You taught me how to be real. So if you don't like me, just say that you don't like me. Because 9 times out of 10, I don't like you either. But I'm not going to be fake about it. I don't need for you to like me. If you don't like me, that's okay. Don't like me. But do me a favor. Don't come up in my face like you my friend when all the while you've been plotting my destruction. Just be real. Just be transparent. If you the enemy, act like you the enemy. That way I know how to deal with you. I'll know how to carry myself when I'm around you. Because how many of you know you have to deal with your enemies different than you deal with your friends? So this is where Judas gives us some instructions on how to deal with your enemies. It's our nature to address the problem, to deal with the issue, put the enemy in his place. But Judas' instruction is telling us this is not our place. Judas did not address the issue. Judas gave a kiss that should be instruction of love, but it was a kiss of betrayal. But God says that we are to love our enemy, to do good to that person that hates you. Pray for those that despitefully use you and persecute you. But here is the lesson from Judas. It's in your best interest to act like my enemy. That way I know how to deal with you. If you my enemy, I need to know so I can start praying for you, so I can start being good to you. I need to know where we stand so I can bless you every time that I see you. I know that this is not our nature, but Judas wanted us to be a teacher. Judas wanted to teach us something because he understood that if you betrayed me, you're bringing me to my blessings. Because those are people that hurt you, they just pushing you to your reward. Those people that abuse you, they are awakening your inner strength, my God. Those people that's breaking your heart, don't worry about it, sister, because you are an inner warrior and they just bringing it out of you. So the more that they keep pushing you and talking about you, they just keep pushing you to your destiny. So I thank God. I thank God for those that's plotting against me. I thank God for those that's planning and waiting for my demise. I thank God for my Judas, because what they don't realize is that God is true to his word. My God, he's true to his word, and it would not come back void. When he said all things work together for the good of them that love God, to them that are called according to my purpose. When he said all things, he meant all things. He meant enemies and friends, good times and bad times, ups and downs, rights and wrong. No matter what it is, it's all working for your good. And I'm going to tell you why it's all working for your good, because you have to understand that God has a plan. God has a plan, and what you have to realize is that Judas in your life is designed to push you. The Judas is designed to drive you. The Judas spirit is designed to pull you out of whatever that you're in. Judas is designed to pull out what God has on the inside of you and push you to your destiny. This is why you have to understand the instructions given by Judas. His hate is your honor. It is so that you can stand before your enemies and declare that the plan of God that he has for me, no man and no demon, no spirit can change the course of action. I'm walking in God's anointing. I'm walking by the plan that God has given me. So can't no devil in hell stop what God has planned. Judas teaches us. But Judas also empowers us. How does he empower us to have an enlightenment experience? You see, Judas is a spirit. The spirit of Judas is a selfish spirit, a spirit that's all about themselves, a spirit that only sees what's 3 feet in front of them, a spirit that minimizes everything else. And Judas' spirit is the key player in the demonic art of betrayal. But God has a way. God has a way that takes the actions of Judas and turn it around for your good. So what are you saying, preacher? You see, Judas pushes you to your destiny, and Judas will make you even go harder in the paint. Judas will make you dig deeper, go harder, push further. Judas will keep you praying, learning, and becoming. My God, my build your faith. He will even help you to overcome your fears. He will help you to conquer your challenges, tear down strongholds, devour demons. Judas will make you go there. Well, preacher, where is that? I'm glad that you asked. Judas will make you go into the lion's den and stand flat-footed in the presence of the enemy and say, I am who I am. God has called me to this time, and I will stand and believe that God is calling me and doing a great work in me. My God. So let us look at this. Jesus was in the garden. He was anticipating what was about to happen. He knew that Judas was on his way to betray him. Yeah. He understood that the snake had to show himself eventually. Yeah. But Jesus asked God to let this cup pass from me. Yeah. But the moment that his fear tried to creep up, his faith took over. He said, not my will, but thy will be done. Not only did Judas teach us, but Jesus teaches us that we can't hide from Judas. No, we can't hide from him. We must walk by faith and not by sight. We can't hide from Judas because the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. We can't hide from Judas because no weapon formed against you will prosper. Jesus wasn't worried about Judas. Jesus wasn't even thinking about Judas. Jesus wasn't letting Judas occupy his mind, but his mind was on God. Jesus' mind was on God, and that's what we need to take from Jesus. We need to get our mind off of our Judases that's in our lives and put our minds on God. Because I stop by here to tell somebody, let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus, who being in the form of God, that it not robbery to equal with God, but made himself of no reputation and took upon him from the servant and was made in the likeness of men. And being found in fashion as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient unto death, even the death of the cross. Wherefore also hath highly exalted him and given him a name which is above every name. That at the name of Jesus, my God, that at the name of Jesus, every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. So look at somebody and say, Judas will give you faith. He'll give you faith. Judas will give you some faith, but not only that, Judas will force you to have some faith. But Judas, he'll also put some fight on the inside of you. The Bible declares that when Judas betrayed Jesus with a kiss, Peter took out his sword. You know the story. Yeah. He took out his sword and cut off the ear of one of the guards. Yeah. Peter was ready to fight. Anybody in here ready to fight? Yeah. He was heated. He was upset. You know how we get. You messing with my man. You messing with my girl. We gonna have to rumble. You know what I'm talking about. He wanted some get back. But that's not where we need to be. We need to stand on the word because the word is your weapon. And your Judas will make you get into the word. He will make you study. He will make you learn. Because Judas, we can fight. Because of Judas, we learn how to fight. You see, we are not wrestling with flesh and blood. Yes. Right. We're not wrestling with flesh and blood, but we're wrestling with principalities, with power against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Yes. But I wish I had some folks. I wish I had some fighters. I wish I had some soldiers. I wish I had some folks that already know that they have the victory. Yes. Because they know that although we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For weapons of warfare are not carnal, but the mighty, my God, but they are mighty through God to pull down strongholds, to cast down imaginations, and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God. They're bringing into captivity every thought of obedience to Christ. So what are you saying, preacher? Judas' actions give us education that we can't learn in books. His actions give us that on-the-job training. Yeah. The Bible says in verse 54, how then shall the scriptures be fulfilled? That thus it must be. Then he says again in verse 56, that all this must be done so that the scriptures of the prophets be fulfilled. We have to be in the trenches to learn from Judas. Because if it wasn't for Judas, Jesus would have never been arrested in the garden. taken on judgment hall. Hey, beat all night long. If it had not been for Judas, they would have never lied on him. They would have never humiliated him. They would have never wounded him. If it had not been for Judas, that would have never been. Hey, Jesus going to say Pilate. He would have never been tried. They would have never said crucify him. But I thank God for my Judas. Because if it had not been for my Judas, they would have never beat him. They would have never, left him all in bloody. They would have never put a crown of thorns upon his head. If it had not been for the Judas in your life, where would you be right now? They could have left him. But God rose up because of Judas. God took care of us because of Judas. God moved these out the way because of Judas. He knows where your enemy is at. He's not telling you to walk after me. Trust me, believe in me. And you just keep walking with him. It doesn't matter what Judas is doing. I don't see Judas, I'm walking in God. I'm molded by his steps. To trust him. No matter what goes on around me, I'm going to keep trusting him. Is there anybody that's trusting him? I know that Judas is there. But Judas is just there. To keep pushing you. To keep making you stronger. To keep lifting you up. So don't worry about Judas. Because God is right there too. He's ordering your steps. He's walking with you. He's right there with you. So don't worry about it. My God, my God. I see, but I want to just bring this thing on home as we close out this educational empowerment. Learning does not always occur inside a building, a school, or a formal setting.
Yes.
Life experiences teaches us some things that Judas would not be able to teach us in a classroom. We have to go through life, but the key to it all, my God, the key to Judas is to learn what life teaches you. Yes. So I said, don't get stuck on stupid. Learn that lesson so that you don't have to experience it again. Yes. But here's where you take it further. Now that I have learned that lesson, now I'm going to go tell somebody else. Because yes. There's no need for all of us to be stuck on stupid and to be in this world of pettiness. Somebody can rise up because they've learned. Yes. And that's the only thing that I wanted to tell you on this Sunday morning. Rise up and learn something. And it doesn't have to be in a formal setting. It doesn't have to be in school. Just keep on learning. Yeah. And God richly bless you. Yeah. Go back in the building.